Hey, what's up everybody? Hammerheart Metal Reviews here once again. Today we're doing another discography overview where I go through a band's discography chronologically for a band that I own every CD or every full length at least in their discography. And today we are talking about one of my favorite bands, Absu. Got the shirt on here as well. If you're unfamiliar with this project, they're from Texas in the USA. Started out in more of the death metal vein, but very quickly converted to more of a black metal, thrash metal hybrid, blackened thrash, but really putting their own unique spin on it. All of their albums are really conceptual, inspired by like Sumerian mythology, occultism, just ancient mythology overall. Lyrically, I don't even understand what they're talking about most of the time, but it's really interesting stuff. They kind of go in like album cycles where the first couple were all about Sumerian mythology. Then after that, they did a trilogy of like Celtic mythology albums. Then their latest three were all about just like black magic and occultism. Really cool stuff. The longtime member, Proscriptor McGovern, doing vocals and drums. Honestly, one of the best drummers out there. He's so fast, his blast beats, just his rolls, his fills, everything about it is so precise and so aggressive. And to throw on top of that, icing on the cake, his vocals are absolutely amazing too. Hits some nice falsettos, but then's got the great black metal rasp, and just the imagery and everything, all the effort that he puts into the Absu style and everything about their albums, it just really comes off as really authentic and amazing stuff. They had some lineup changes over the years, even a name change, which I'll get to later. But their classic lineup, at least to me, their best albums were when it was Proscriptor and then Shaftiel and Equitant as well. The three of them just really made some absolute masterpieces. But before I get into this too much, I'm going to go through chronologically. Got 7 full lengths here altogether. They do also have some EPs and compilations that I don't own, but I do have the 7 full lengths. So let's get into those. I'll give you my brief thoughts on each one. So after a few demos more in the death metal vein, their debut album was finally unleashed in 1993, Barathon Vitriol. Show you the back there as well. Got a really cool artwork here. Just awesome stuff. I mean, compared to the rest of their full lengths, this one was definitely more in the death metal side compared to the rest. I wouldn't say this is straight ahead death metal. This still brings in like the black metal atmospheres and imagery and concepts and just overall style, but it's still got that death metal influence from their early days. All in all, like this is probably their most uneven album. It's even strange in some places. It's maybe not the most consistent from front to back, but I still really like it. The keyboards play a way more prominent role on this album than throughout most of the rest of their discography. So they haven't really become like the black thrash masters on this album yet. It's a little bit slower paced. There's still some blasting and stuff like that. The vocals are still great, but there's more of a shift in style. Like they got some death metal vocals, still do some black metal vocals. So it's kind of a mixed bag here, but for a debut, I still really dig it. You got awesome songs like the Thrice's Greatest to Ninningal, Fantasizing to the Third of the Pagan Vision, Quaff the Sky Nevermore. They always have some interesting song titles that are hard to remember and hard to say. But yeah, really awesome lyrics. Just all in all, pretty solid album. This probably is my least favorite album by them, but I'd still give it like 7.5 out of 10. Better stuff would come, but this one is still pretty decent. So after that, their sophomore album from 1995, The Son of Tifereth. So compared to the debut, I feel like this one leaps and bounds better. Made a huge improvement. That album art is absolutely amazing. Absolutely. There you go. This one I found really is when they start to forge what would become their signature sound, kind of that blend of black metal and thrash metal. This maybe isn't their fastest album compared to what would follow, but it's still got that thrashiness to it. And it's got a little bit of epic nature as well, which is always what Absu is known for and what really makes them stand out. There's a lot of black thrash bands, but no one really sounds exactly like Absu because they take it to another level with their epicness. And like I said, this is just so much better than the debut. One of my favorites by them for sure. I mean, you got Absu, the 11-minute epic on here, the title track as well, The Son of Tifereth. Like, all in all, this album kicks a lot of ass. I'll show you the CD there once again. Just really awesome stuff here. I would give this one 9 out of 10. better things would even follow after this, but wow, absolute masterpiece there. Speaking of masterpieces, up next, their third album from 1997, The Third Storm of Cithrell. Another awesome album art there. You got the picture of them on the back. Just really great stuff. This one is probably their fastest, most aggressive, in-your-face album. Like, this is a black thrash masterwork. If you want to know how to write a to-the-point, fast, aggressive black thrash album, listen to this. This is just, there's no, I don't know the word I'm looking for. There's no bells and whistles. This is just in-your-face black thrash, and it's just relentless, and it's amazing. The drumming here is crazy. Memorable riffs, still catchy choruses that you can sing along to or scream along to. Just front to back, crazy stuff here. One of their best, easily. Really dig this one a lot. Favorite tracks on here, And Shineth Unto the Cold Cometh, Swords and Leather, Of Celtic Fire We Are Born is a nice epic to end it off. All in all, I'll give this one 9 out of 10 as well. I might give this one the edge over the Son of Tifereth, but they are neck and neck. Both great albums. But guess what? The next one after this, even better. All-time masterpiece. One of my favorite albums by anyone ever is their fourth album from 2001, Tara. Another just great album art there. This booklet is insanely thick. There's so much stuff there. Got a cool picture of the band there. This was their last album with the classic lineup, and what a way for this lineup to go out. Like I said, one of my favorite albums of all time. This is just their most epic album, easily. It just dials it up a bit compared to the rest. It's adventurous, it's experimental, and it's just like Proscriptor's drumming on this album is one of the best drum performances I've ever heard. His vocals are insane too. Not to take anything away from the rest of the band when they do vocals and everything. It's great as well. The riffs are memorable. But the drumming here, whew, insane. Go listen to She Cries, The Quiet Lake. And the double kicks in there, insane. Stone of Destiny, same thing. That's a great song with some nice falsettos. Pillars of Mercy, Mananan. This whole goddamn album rips. Absolutely amazing. Epic fucking masterpiece of an album. 10 out of 10. I don't give too many 10 out of 10s. But if there's ever an album that deserves it, it's this one. Masterpiece. So after that, like I said, that was the last album with the classic lineup. There was a little bit of a hiatus, but they did come back 8 years later in 2009 with the self-titled Absu. So this was the start of their last conceptual trilogy of albums. Got the back there. All three of these next albums kind of have similar artwork on the back and booklet design. Lyrical concepts very similar that all kind of tie together. So with the lineup shift, the sound did change a little bit. It still retained that black thrash element of what Absu is. I mean, that's present in all of their stuff, but this became a little more complex with the songwriting. The song structures were a little more progressive, but it's very interesting and I like it. The riffs here are really excellent. I love this. I will say, I think the previous three albums are maybe a notch above this, but it's not to say that you shouldn't go listen to this, because this is still a kick-ass album. Once again, great artwork there. Best songs on here, Amy, In the Name of Albith, I don't know how to say it, but you know the song if you know the album. Scepter, Command. All in all, this is still a kick-ass album. I'll give it 8.5 out of 10. So maybe it's not on par with the three that were before, but it's still goddamn excellent, and you should still listen to it. All right, after that, just a couple years later in 2011, the album Absu. It goes Absu, then Absu, and then the last one was supposed to be Absu, which I'll talk about after. But yeah, 2011, Absu, got the digipack here. Once again, yeah, the artwork kind of all the same. Not the same artwork, but same layout with showing the stuff. Got the band picture there. But yeah, so once again, this is a new lineup even compared to the previous album. This one's more of a compact record compared to the preceding one. The last album was just under an hour. This one's maybe 35 minutes. So it's kind of similar style, but it's much more to the point and very solid overall. There's only, what, 6 songs on here? Yeah, 6 songs. The last one is super long, epic, a song for Ia that is amazing, but the other ones are shorter. So yeah, only a 35-minute album here. But these songs are great. Earth Ripper, got a great falsetto there by Proscriptor, and his black metal rasps and drumming are still just on point as ever. Scrying in the Spirit Vision, another great song. All in all, I'll give this one 8.5 out of 10 as well. Maybe not on the level of their masterpieces, but it's still amazing. I think I'd give the edge to this one over Absu. Absu is a little bit better, but they're both great. Definitely go listen to this. All right, so that leaves it for one. After that, it went on a hiatus. It was 10 years before we really heard anything. Had to undergo a name change just due to like legal disputes over the band name, among other issues. So instead of just folding the band, Prescriptor rebranded Prescriptor McGovern's Absu with their self-titled debut, I guess, but really it's the 7th Absu album. So yeah, 10 years later, and here you go, Prescriptor McGovern's Absu. Once again, kind of got the similar style on the back there because it is completing the trilogy of the previous albums. So it's continuing in that same style. Like, yeah, it's a new band name, new lineup once again, but it's got that same style. I mean, you got Prescriptor in there, you know what you're in store for. He still has it here. 10 years did not put any wear and tear on him. His drumming's still insane. His vocals are great. This is just really complex, thrashy, proggy black metal. It's very interesting. Got tons of unique songs here. It really stands out as well. Songs like Calignorous Whorl, Esoterically Excoriating, the exoteric. They didn't lose their uniqueness in song names and lyrical concepts either. Just really crazy stuff. Like I said, really awesome album here once again. Can't go wrong with any of these. I will give this one 8.5 out of 10 as well. So if I was gonna rank these from like favorite to least favorite, I know I just did this chronologically, and I also did an Absu ranking a long time ago, but that was even before Prescriptor McGovern's Absu came out. So now that I'll include it. My favorite is easily Tara. It's just the masterpiece of all their albums. After that, second, I'd go with Third Storm of Cithrall. Third, Son of Tifereth. Fourth, I'll probably go with Absu. Fifth, Absu. Sixth, Prescriptor McGovern's Absu. And then seventh, the debut. But yeah, all these albums are great. Killer band, one of my favorites of all time for a reason. If you've never checked them out, hopefully this video can expose you to them and go give them a listen. Go start with Tara. It might just blow your mind. If you are into the band, let me know what you think of all these albums. Let me know if you own all the CDs like I do. It's always fun to talk about these and just showcase little pieces of my CD collection at a time. Can probably look forward to another edition in this series next month. So until then, Hammer Heart Metal Reviews out.